Hey everyone, welcome to another episode from Ampro Engineering. This is a 1/18 scale and it is called the 8.6, but it sure looks like a Toyota Trueno, or if you're in the US, a Corolla. I think it was a GTS. Needless to say, there's a lot of potential here, but it's kind of bland with this just basic white injection molded body. So the plan in this video is we're going to repaint the car and give it the typical Panda paint scheme that was made famous by the initial D series. We're also going to fix the ride height. The front is right, the back is terrible, so we'll fix that. We're going to add some lights, lots of details, and who knows how this episode will devolve. So step one, I'm going to unscrew the body from the chassis. I want to wash the body. Prior to doing any painting, you need to make sure that all the mold release was removed from the body. Otherwise, when you paint it, no matter how good you do it, the paint's not going to stick. Okay, so there's that all comes off. So at the front, by the way, this chassis just slots into the bumper like that. Then the bumper will come off like that. We're going to unplug the working pop-up headlights, unplug the headlights off the PCB. Okay, and now we've got the bare chassis, so we'll deal with you later. Put these screws away. Now I want to wash the body, but this is a problem. What do we do here? Well, I think the goal may be to just not get it wet. What's kind of interesting here, actually, is I noticed this last time, is the windscreen. The entire window system here is not screwed in. There's spaces for screws, but they're not there. So I think they just glued it, a little bit of a cost-cutting measure, and it seems utterly secure. I mean, it's not moving at all, so I can't complain about it. The issue is if you want to repaint the car a different color, you're going to have to mask off the windows. I wonder, actually, if maybe it's not coming out because it's popped in here. Oh, yeah, that is what it is. Okay, so you can just pop the window out. I'm probably not going to do that because I'm leaving the car white. Oh, crap, wait a minute. Actually, I do want to paint the window surrounds. I've got to do that. So let's give it a go. Okay, so we'll pop it out from there and there. I'm just kind of pushing in a tiny bit. And once it's in, it should kind of fall out. It's a little bit more right. Okay, there it goes. That's in there. And at the rear, again, it should just push directly downward. It's stuck right there. Okay, come on. You can do it. Yeah, it's stuck right there. Maybe if I push the front, it'll kind of cantilever out of there. I don't know. I know this is a bad idea. I should just leave it alone. Come on, you. Man, this is a bad idea. Shoot. Oh, God, it sounded horrible. I can see what's creasing the plastic right there. Oh, no, I don't want to do it. Jeez. All right, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I don't want to damage the windows. I can just mask it off. It's not a big deal. I feel like if I keep going down this path, either I won't get it back in, I'll break or crack something, and it's just not going to be worth it. So, you know what? A little bit of masking tape, and problem's going to be solved. So sometimes it's better to give up while you're still ahead. Okay, so that's all pushed back in. No harm, no foul. Okay, we'll just mask these off. Again, it's just not worth damaging things. And we're back to where we started. Let me wash it. All right, I've used quite a lot of my masking tapes here, and this is what we are at. Now, it's very specific how to actually mask off the AE86. I've done this not only on a full-size car, but also on this. Here's the deal. On the front, the white travels straight through into the wheel arch opening. Here, it's not the case. Here, it's all black wheel arch, and the molding on the car is actually what is white. It is not a white stripe. It is just the white molding. Again, here at the rear, wheel arch black. This is white. The side of the bumper, as well as the rear bumper, is white, and then you got this little black stripe here that goes into an all black rear panel. So that is done. I went ahead and grabbed one of these little makeup applicator things from my Rocky Horror attending bin, and we're just going to go ahead and we want to make sure that all the edges here are very, very well pressed down and sharp. Otherwise, you will get paint that leaks in here, and that's very annoying to get rid of, especially right there because you've got a little crease. Let's get rid of that. So I'm going to do that around the entire car. Here at the front, there's a little section right there of black before you get to this piece here that's also black. Same right there. The windows are the same. Again, I wasn't able to pull the window panels out. So because I'm painting this black, it's not going to be all that noticeable anyway, even if there's any bleed in there. So we'll just run this around. It looks like that's gonna go down. You can see how much sharper that's getting right there. Okay, so do that everywhere. I'm gonna fill that little hole. And we'll do the other side as well. And we'll paint it. Do I have any Tamiya tea? You know what? I might even use the Tamiya paint. We'll see. Okay, here's the car painted. Now, the paint is not dry. It's dry enough, I would say. You have to, when you're peeling off the masking tape, you do not want to wait for the paint to completely cure because it can chip the edges. So it's probably about, I don't know, 30, 40% dry. Let's start peeling it. Hot damn. Boy, that looks good. Need some more details. We got to do the amber markers. I'm going to put the adhesive decals on the taillights, which I think are going to be pretty necessary. Man, what a transformation. Check this out. I took the wheels off here. Okay, nothing special. I tried peeling this off because I wanted to paint the wheel, and it's glued. It is completely glued on there. And as I was peeling it off, now it doesn't want to sit right. So that's okay. I initially was like, well, maybe I should just print some new wheels and tires. And now I was like, forget it. But now, of course, we're going to print new wheels and tires. But check this out. That is a bushing. Nothing crazy about that. But let's pop it out here. So I went ahead and thought this bushing looked rather familiar. So I grabbed my VAT O bearings, grabbed my 8x5s, and realized that what we have here is an 8x5 by 2.5 millimeter bearing. That means we can put ball bearings on this guy. Check this out. There we go. Here's our one bearing. Here is our rear bearing. Seat that nicely. Outstanding. These are the exact same size as the bushings, just like that. And there we go. We have ball bearings. The rears are the exact same way. A little bit more complicated to get to, but not so bad. We'll just undo the upper ball joint there. How do we do this? Okay, that's pretty easy. This should just come right out. And same exact method. Pry, push that one. There it goes. Okay. As the tires aren't on, there's really no reason to put the bearings on since they won't stay in there. But you know what I'm wondering now? What's in the gearbox? Why do I always do this? Let's move the PCB out of the way. There appears to be just one screw that holds it in. Okay, that's gone. We'll put this back in on top. Okay, just like that. The gearbox looks like it's held in by these 4 screws. Okay, here we go. So that is now out of the way. Again, we'll pull this thing out. That's really nice. I cannot believe they went to this amount of effort on this car. So next, we can pull the gearbox, and that is just these 4 screws. I find it highly unlikely that we'll find the bushings in here, but we've gone this far, why not? Okay, and that should pull the whole gearbox out. It's quite nice, I have to admit. It's a very nice little package. There is no differential. Something this size is okay. I'm gonna have mini Z guys yelling at me now. All right, so put this, remove that. The gearbox case plastic feels very nice. It doesn't feel overly hard, like it'll crack the minute you unscrew these things. It seems like a very good ABS plastic that they've used for this. Thinking it's a PC ABS blend. All right, so there's that. Let's open it. Yeah, as I figured, there's nothing we can really work with in here. Decent amount of grease, not overdoing anything. Nice little gearbox. Okay, put you back together. I've been busy. The body is pretty much painted. So you can see the way I have done this. Just all masking, not really anything too crazy. I did paint the corner markers. I'm not a decal fan. I'm sorry. The fact of the matter is this is the compound curve and this is flat. So that usually doesn't end very well. So I just used some paint, same with the marker lights. It is a translucent paint, so you can see through these, but here I did add a little more opaque. You can see the masking I did on the headlights, or on the, I should say, the headlight doors. Same with this side here. And then at the rear, on some of the models of Trueno, this lower area here is tinted. In fact, so is the top. But I think what they've done here is to just make things a little bit easier. This whole black panel is separate. And this piece, the middle piece, and the bottom piece are one unit. To remove the taillights, you have to take the black piece out first, which is, I believe, 5 clips. Yeah, it's 5 clips. Then the taillights come out. The taillights have little retaining tabs, so if you try and push them out like I did initially, they won't budge. Then I used a tinted paint over the whole taillight when I was done, after having masked the top, to give that two-tone look like the car is supposed to have. I used my 0.5 millimeter thick. This one here, it's a little Indian ink pen, I believe it is. And this is the one I used. And the body just looks incredible. I mean, massive difference. So that's the body.